Happy New Year, everyone. I hope your 2024 is off to a great start so far. Now's the time of year when I'm usually making reading goals of some sort. And last year I decided to drop the idea of doing just a number goal, to have a set amount of books that I would consider a success to have read. Something about that just isn't super fulfilling to me, and while it's good to shoot to read a good number of books, I want to get through a lot of books. It's not what I find fulfilling about reading, and I've been looking for other ways to come up with goals that are realistic, fun, and actually get me to improve in some way that isn't just numerical. I think last year I went a little too amorphous with it. I just came up with a list of ideas of things I could do, and that didn't really do it for me. I didn't end up completing those things. I wanted a system that gave me a bit more of a tangible sense of progress. It's good to have intentions and sort of have those floating around in my mind, but I needed something a little more concrete than what I did last year. This year, what I did is I made a bingo card. This is my 2024 book bingo card. I spent a lot of time making it kind of funky and artistic. So basically, I put in each one of the boxes a goal that I would like to accomplish, but I think the bingo card format lends itself to the knowledge that I won't get to all of these. I'm only going to be able to accomplish some of them during the year, and I made some of them really difficult and lofty goals, and some of them really easy, things I can check off pretty soundly and know that I'll get those. I think this way of doing it does a few things for me. I'm going into this with the knowledge that I'm not going to achieve everything I could possibly dream of. There's just way too much that I want to do with my reading hobby than I could ever do in 1 year. So I've laid them all out. And so I'm treating this like a menu. When I'm trying to decide what to do next, what I want to read for my next book, I can look at this card and be like, oh, what would get me closer to a bingo? Or what seems appealing here that I can work towards? Just some examples. One of them, probably the hardest one, is catch up on the Cosmere. I'm quite a few books behind in the Cosmere, and I would love to be caught up by the time Wind and Truth comes out in December, which I already pre-ordered. I'm very excited about it. So I have catch up on the Cosmere on here. That one I will be genuinely surprised if I check off, but I do really want to do that. I actually started as my first book of the year, Elantris. So I'm already working towards that one, even if it's not necessarily the most attainable goal on the card. It's something to work towards, and just having it on here makes me want to do it a little bit more. I've also got read a graphic novel. That's an easy one. That's something I can do in a day if I wanted to, and something that's a bit more realistic to check off. If I need a little bit of a boost to feel like I'm reaching a goal, that is a goal I have this year. I want to keep reading graphic novels. So I've got this to show me, yeah, I can do that, and it's helping me diversify the formats of reading that I'm doing, and it's something that I've grown to love in 2023 and I want to keep doing. So I've also got, Read the Great Hunt by Robert Jordan. That's in the Wheel of Time, which I'm currently reading, as well as Tehanu and the Farthest Shore, which would help me complete the Earthsea cycle by Ursula K. Le Guin. So things like that, where I'm finishing series that I've been reading. I've got a couple specific authors I want to try out, like Nnedi Okorafor and Stephen King. I have a couple of his books, but I haven't read them yet. I want to do reviews for 5 books and post them somewhere. I've done a few. I did a few reviews in 2023, but I definitely want to get better about reviewing the books that I read and sort of having that archive of things that I've read. I've got read a classic, read a nonfiction book, finish the Hunger Games. I've got actually a writing goal on there. I don't know if that's attainable, but I would love to finish the first draft of the novel that I'm working on. I feel a little silly saying I'm working on it because it's been a while, but I really do want to get back on that and write a bit more, make some progress towards finishing that first draft. So that's what I have for the book bingo card. I think this is an idea that I could see myself sticking with in future years. I am so excited to see what I end up filling in on this. If I end up doing the really difficult ones, like catching up on the Cosmere and finishing the first draft of my book, that stuff would be incredible to see filled in at the end of the year. And I'm wondering if the things that I don't fill in on this one will make it onto next year's card, because I think this is something that I could do annually and, reassess what my goals are and maybe come back to old goals that have, you know, fallen to the wayside as things go along. The free space is exist. I think that's significant because no one has to read. Obviously, I think it's one of the best things a person can do, but it's not necessary. All I have to do to get that free space is exist this year. And I encourage you to think of it the same way. Yes, you can strive for those, you know, big reading goals, the numbers that you want to achieve, the page count you want to read. That's awesome. And I hope that you reach that goal. And know that you're enough as it is, and you don't have to do that to have meaning as a person, have meaning as a reader, or anything of the sort. So, Happy New Year. I hope you're doing well. If you made it this far in the video, I think you'd be a great fit to be a subscriber of this channel. So feel free to follow along as I, you know, make more videos this year and check off some boxes on this list. I'd like to thank my patrons who have been awesome supporters of the channel and make it possible to do what I do. I'm gonna add some things to the Patreon benefits, so keep an eye out for that. I really want to provide some more bonus content, so there will be an announcement in the next couple weeks about that. I've only read the first couple of pages of Elantris so far, and I'm really liking it so far. I do want to do some update videos as I go through this if you're interested in seeing my thoughts as I go. I think that would be cool to do. I am very excited for 2024, and I can't wait to see what it holds. If you want to see what my top 5 sci-fi and fantasy books of 2023 were, click on this video here. It'll bring you right to that. I think they're pretty awesome books. Okay, that's all. See ya.